You with us?
Yes, I am.
Hello, John. We are doing great. So let's talk a little bit about the comparison between these teams. I was making the comment that you were on the '96 Bulls, but I think most people, most fans will associate you more with the Bad Boys and the Pistons and everything else. So maybe you'd be a little bit less possessive than some of your former Bulls teammates are. Bill Wennington came on here the other day and said, listen, no secret about it. We don't want this record to be broken. I don't want to see them win these games. He agreed with Scottie Pippen that those Bulls would have swept these Warriors. So I'll ask you, as a guy who played in the 80s and the 90s, and now you're sitting here watching these guys play, if these Golden State Warriors were to play those '96 Bulls, what do you think would happen?
Oh, they wouldn't win. They would. But it's true. This is the difference. They're a bigger team. The guy who's leading the helm right now was a killer as a shooter and a technician of the triangle. Phil Jackson was smart and all of that. And we just had a different mentality about the game. Now, not saying their mentality is anything different, but remember the Bulls were tested and beat down and made sharper and sharper and sharper. The reason we're saying also that they would have swept is everyone forgets the rules change. There's about 12 different rule changes in the NBA now. And with having Michael Jordan on the court, now you know I'm going to say this. I love him. I played with him. I saw him a little while ago. When you were playing against Michael Jordan, it was 8 against 5. The 3 referees were wearing number 23 under their jerseys. So just understand that you were able to hand check, and Scotty and Harper, Andy Brown, Michael Jordan, they would do spin and turn and grab and spit. You can't even look at a guy with intention to say something now without a technical. So the league is different. But as far as man-on-man, when I looked at the matchup, Draymond Green had to guard Dennis Rodman. Now you tell me, stop Dennis from getting a rebound or tipping the ball back in? Was Steph Curry going to be able to bring the ball and do all the running around without getting knocked to the ground? Remember, back in the day when you hit somebody when they came in the paint, it was called a foul. Now it's called assault. It's a lot different in this time and age. I love the Warriors, though, and of course, like my teammates, I don't want not to be in the record book. I don't want to be the second most wins. I would want to keep it in that point. I could say to everybody I was on the '96 Bulls, and that says it all. So as opposed to that, yeah, I wanted to be tough for them, but I want them to get what they put their heart to, and that's to.
It's one thing, John, to say, and we're hearing they would have swept them. I mean, when the Bulls certainly didn't make a habit of sweeping teams in the playoffs then. To say that you would take the best team in the league now and just sweep them. There are many that are saying, okay, we understand why those '95 Bulls think they would win, but to think they would sweep them is a bit disrespectful to the best team in the NBA right now. What would you say to that?
As a line from one of my favorite shows, OJ versus the People, I'm not here for respect. I'm here to win. So yeah, they would have come. Remember, we didn't sweep the Supersonics either. I'm sorry, the Sonics.
Yeah.
Right? They had a great squad also. Everyone is looking back. Man, I was better back then at those times. Man, these cats can play. But I'm just saying as far as sweeping, it was a different mentality. I don't even think we were looking to sweep. I think they would have literally, our thought process was unbelievable. I like to watch this team. I'm a Golden State fan. I got to give them that, man. I became a fan of basketball again because of the Golden State Warriors. I wasn't even watching it until the Warriors started doing what they were doing. So as opposed to, they just were smaller than we were. And that's one way I'm going to look at it. We're smaller than we were, and you were allowed to hit people and slow them down.
Mike, John Salley is with us. For the record, while the Bulls did not sweep the final, they did take a 3-0 lead, and they had swept Orlando with Shaq in the conference finals. So they certainly were sort of running roughshod through the playoffs that year. You also played briefly.
I was going to say that, but I love Mike, and I didn't want to embarrass him, so I left it out.
All right. Well, all right, my statement was, it's not like you swept them. You swept one team, correct?
I think they swept the first round.
But we were sweeping the mess out of everybody. Like, we won 19 straight. One time, Michael played left-handed the whole game. No one realized it, and we still beat the hell out of him. Yeah, he was shooting underhand. I said to you, he played 36 rounds of golf and come in and have 36 points. Dennis Rodman wouldn't even sit in the team pre-game meeting. I'm like, what the hell is going on? He'd work out, go take a shower, walk by Phil, not say anything. Next thing you know, it's time to go out and play. He's tied up, ready to go, and like his bull nose ring was like shimmering. It was the most unbelievable thing I experienced as a professional athlete.
All right, so I was trying to make a point, and I'm wrong. I'm sorry. I gave it. You did. Yeah.
You've been wrong. You've been wrong the whole month, but I've been letting it go. I just was going to tweet it.
I appreciate that.
John, quickly, how about at the end of your career, you were briefly back with Phil with the Shaq and Kobe